you guys turned it around in the second half.
Yeah, we just hung in there, you know. You never know how these afternoon games are going to start. We definitely did. I thought their first quarter, they had all the energy, killed us on the glass the whole first half. I thought they were quicker to everything. You know, I thought the end of the second quarter kind of got us into it. We got a couple of stops, and we started pushing the ball up the floor and running. I thought that helped.
What did you make of James overall?
Oh, he was phenomenal. Yeah. You know, D-Mel got in foul trouble, and I knew we were going to run zone and so keeping him on the floor was easy, you know. And that was huge for us to be able to do that. I mean, we had a lineup with James on the floor, Shake on the floor, George on the floor. You know, you wouldn't exactly call that our defensive lineup, and they made a defensive run because of the zone, and that was big for us.
In the first half, it looked like Joel looked a little off, but then in the second half.
Yeah, he got it going. I mean, even with that, you know, you look at his numbers in the first half, you're like, how? You know, and what I loved tonight, Joel saw that we had something going with the two-man game of George and James, and he was greatly fine with that, and that tells you a lot about our team.
How big was that push he had, in particular Joel, at the end of the first half to get you guys back in?
That was the difference. I'm telling you, like, the second half was the second half, but I thought Joel coming out in towards the end of the second quarter, being aggressive, I really thought that changed the game. That changed the tenor of the game. We went at halftime shooting over 50% and not playing good offense. And you looked at the 24 points that they had off the offensive glass. We knew what we needed to do. They had 2 in the second half.
What you were thinking with those couple really big shots? Just what got him?
Well, we were laughing because, you know, that's why that whole group, the people in the front row, I asked George, are you going to make a freaking shot tonight or are we just on vacation today? And he said, you just watch, you know, and that's when he started pointing at me, he made his shots. It was thrilling for me too, to be honest, but it was great. I mean, that was just a great response by George.
I mean, he's always a fiery guy.
Fiery, and
What does that do to
he's just great. He's an easy trigger. Honestly, I know that, and so it's great to have one of those on your team.
We talked about D'Anthony before the game, his confidence, and
Yeah.
for him to start 5 of 5. I mean, I imagine that's only going to continue.
No, it's great, and you can see the trust. Like, James is rocketing balls up the floor now. Teams are back on their heels in transition. He's just walking in the threes. It's been really good for us. He's doing it to him. He's doing it to Tobias. That advanced pass for us, because we don't have a fast team, so the ball is fast, and we keep doing that. That's good for us.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I know Joel took over in the second quarter, but it seems like before that, D'Anthony was the guy who kept going.
Yeah, I thought James too in the first quarter. Like, I told Sam and Ye at the end of the first quarter, I said, this could be an 18, 20-point deficit easy, and it's not. I said, you know, we can cut this by halftime. We got a great shot at winning this game.
Tobias didn't exactly shoot the ball well, but he was able to do other things. How important has he been?
He's just been huge. It's a great night. Like, I thought he had some great shots that didn't go in, right? But, you know, a year ago, he would have worried about it. Now he doesn't. He just does other stuff for you. He defends. I thought he had a great defensive stand there. You know, we went with different guys on Randall in the second half. I thought Tuck in the third quarter was great on Randall. But that's where Tobias has really just bought in.
Right now, with 8-game winning streak,
Yeah.
do you sense that these guys, right now, nothing gets you down? Like,
Yeah, I think we're growing a growing confidence. I don't think it's at the level where we want to still grow it, obviously. But I don't think, you know, it's almost a replay of the game the other night, but better tonight. Being down didn't phase the group. You know, they have an inner confidence, and that's a good thing for your team.
Last couple questions. With circumstances, but are you liking that more?
I just think the game dictates it. Going into tonight, we had basically decided we're going zone a lot, and we wanted to not. We showed it a couple times in the first half, which we didn't want to do, because when you can get to zone in the second half, it's hard to make adjustments in timeouts with zones. It's a lot easier at halftime, and so I thought we did a good job of holding it for the most part until the second half. All right, guys, I have grandkids. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Oh, barking at him? Yeah. I think he said like, are you going to make a shot today or something along those lines? But, we have a good friendly banter, going back and forth. And I think, when you have a coach that can challenge you to continuously be better, that kind of motivates me to continue to, keep digging deeper and being better. So that was just my raw emotions, excitement. I think that 3 was the one that put us up 3 or tied it. So that was, it was a big shot for me. It was a big shot for the team, and I was excited.
What was working specifically eventually?
I mean, I don't know why they were playing in a drop coverage. I probably haven't seen that since, college maybe. But, they were putting 2 on James, and that's kind of where me and James have that 2-man game that really, flourishes. And James found me. James does a incredible job of hitting me on the hands and, making those passes. And my job is to shoot the ball, and I wasn't going to stop doing that.
Yeah, sometimes we don't think about how big of a deal it is for you to play on Christmas Garden and big shots. Just like, what is that raw emotion? What does that feel like when you get going like that?
Yeah, I mean, growing up as a kid, this was like the game that, I watched. I obviously woke up early, opened my presents, and this was the game that popped on. I was a basketball nut back in the day, so to be able to take part in that and be a part of that at Madison Square Garden, my family's here, I thought, that was really cool, and that emotion kind of overwhelms you and overtakes you, and that's what that talk and celebrate. I don't even know what I said. I was just full of raw emotion.
It's a very harder game to play between 12 p.m. It's very on defense when you prepare for tonight's game or compared to other moments.
Yeah, no, 12 p.m. is tough. I'm going to tell you the last time I woke up at 8:30 to get ready for a game was probably when I was in high school playing AAU. So it was definitely different, but, these are the things that, we're privileged to do, where we could play the game we love on Christmas Day with our loved ones. It was a blessing today, and I'm super excited that we got to get the win.
Overall with the team, what do you feel like needs to turn around after you guys saw it?
I think the same thing what it was with the Clippers game is we finally started locking in on defense. We did play zone, but, just dialing in tendencies and forcing them to be uncomfortable and make tough shots. And when other teams are comfortable and it's easy for them to move around, I feel like, they do a good job of scoring. And when we make it tough on them and are physical, I feel like we're at our best.
Talk about just being a shooter, knowing your job, and an environment when you're missing. Is there ever a point where you would doubt yourself if you missed a 2 in a row and that pass?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. If I were to doubt myself and stop shooting, I could find myself on the bench. So you tell me if you take the alternative. So I'm going to keep shooting. Obviously I opened up my shot a little bit by being able to drive in there. But, guys on this team are great, whether if it's Tyrese, DeAnthony, Joel, Tobias, James, telling me to keep shooting and that they're going to fall. I think we all know the work that we put in to be successful. So I don't see myself stopping shooting anytime soon.
Thanks, Roger.
Thank you.
I know, right?